Yay!
Hello!
It is Neil's early birthday episode.
Yay! They all figured I wouldn't live to my birthday age, so we better do it early.
Yep.
So here we are.
It's almost all over.
That's it.
No.
He's like a
You're
sea
too busy.
monkey.
It's the only time we could get together.
Yeah, he's a busy
We all got
bitch.
schedules and.
I'm circling the drain. This is it.
This is it.
So
He's
you
going
checked
down.
you checked your Palm Pilot and you said today.
I did. Yep.
Palm
My
Pilot.
Palm Pilot.
Well, technology is cyclical.
The good old days. So yeah, we're all here together, of course, on a Friday. More importantly, though, of course, to watch a socially responsible
PSA.
an important film
What's it called again?
that made the careers of many, many actors.
So much. Lots of actors.
Amazon Women on the Moon.
It's hard for me to remember that title because that doesn't actually have anything to do with the movie. So, I mean, it kind of does, but it's like, that's not what it's about. It's not really what it's about.
Yeah, true.
So it's hard for me to, like, remember.
Yeah.
My heart wants to say on the moon, but my mouth wants to say in the moon.
Well,
Amazon in the moon.
Your heart will go on.
Near or far.
Near.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Well, you know, for your birthday, we thought we'd sing Celine Dion. Celine, come on out
Yay,
here.
Celine.
Everybody.
Oh, no, okay. Anyway, yeah, so I guess before we get into it, we can get into it and give it and give a quick cheers.
Happy birthday,
to
Neil.
all our friends.
Chin chin.
Thank you. And it is true, Mark. I am like Kate Bush. I am over that hill. So
You were running
I'm
up
running
that
up the hill, and I've finally crested to the top. Actually, Kate, but she's been running up that hill for 40 years now. So
She's
she'll
trying.
get there
man.
one day.
She's gonna get there. I believe in her.
she'll get there. But thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, appreciate it. So Sandra,
Yes, birthday Neil.
why don't you share with us?
I think I will. So I watched I watched two. Okay, I have two things.
Okay.
Three things.
Okay.
One, I watched a documentary from like 2016 called Author, the J.T. Leroy story. If I say J.T. Leroy, do you guys know who I'm talking about?
No.
I do not.
Oh my god.
I'm
This
so sorry.
documentary is wild. The true story it's based on, even wilder. It's like that, you know, as the phrase goes, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. I highly recommend if you love a good twisty turny. This isn't like true crimey, murdery like what I usually watch for documentaries, or religious. But if you like twisty turny, interesting stories, that's like I cannot believe this is real. Going as blind as possible to the J.T. Leroy story, and I'm so glad I finally watched this documentary. Haven't read any of J.T. Leroy's books, but I really want to now, especially since I've seen this documentary. Secondly, I was like doing something where I needed background noise, and I was like, I really don't want anything that I'm gonna get distracted on. So I just picked like the first thing that came up on like Netflix, and it was like the Great Flower Fight or something like that, and it's like people making giant sculptures out of flowers.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, perfect, hit that. I got sucked in because you know who one of the hosts is?
No.
Our beloved girly from What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, Nadja?
Nadja, real British person Nadja. And I was like, well, son of a bitch, I can't just like watch this in the background. She's the host, and of course she's really funny and great. And it was just like, oh my god, but she's not really a vampire? She's not really?
Yeah, really. Ruin.
No, she's out there in broad daylight talking about flowers.
Wow.
So that was fun.
Okay.
And I'm sure British people have probably been watching her for years, and they're like, duh, like. You know,
Right.
Right.
And then sorry, hashtag sorry, American, sorry. And then I've just been reading a lot, because not only do we have our genre junkies going, of course, next episode's a horror episode, but I got sucked back into the world of Sarah J. Maas. She's like the mafia. If you know, you know. You can never truly leave. She owns my soul, that woman. here I am, trying to get through Crescent City before the third latest book comes out. The first 2 books are 800 pages.
Oof.
Literally. But and I'm into book 2. So I don't know. Maybe the next one will be 900.
Wow.
1,000 pages. Who can say?
No.
I know you're working your way up to
I
that.
know. I was laughing, not at your story, but
Please.
thinking of like, what would Neil's reaction be if you handed him a
Yeah.
800
Yeah.
page?
And whenever I have a physical copy of an 800-page book,
Yeah.
and I'm done reading
They're
it, I'm
huge.
like, well, now it's just a weapon.
Yeah.
Now it's just to smote my enemies with.
Or
Strike
build
them
a
dead with literature.
house or something.
Yeah.
I shall build a house.
It's good for like whacking your chicken so you can make it nice and flat. You
I
know?
won't be doing any of that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Dead or alive, I mean, you whack a
you-
chicken.
You whack your
You will be a
your
flat
way.
chicken.
We all whack our chickens our own way, Caleb.
I
Don't
like
judge me.
I like my chickens up and moving around and happy. I give to you.
All right. 2 things. So now that I have a Max account, I have not left. And so I have now started 30 coins.
Oh,
Hey!
I am.
Welcome to the family.
I know. It's great.
yeah.
It's wonderful. I'm not that far in, but I'm vested. You know.
You're
Good.
bought in.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really enjoying it. And then also on Max, another show that we are all very excited about started recently. There's 2 episodes out now. I've seen both of them. That's True Detective Dark
Yes.
Country.
Ah.
And it is amazing.
It's
I am
it's like they said, it's a return to
loving
form.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Definitely
fabulous.
like a throwback to season 1. And
How's Jodie? She's good. She
she's
happy.
great.
I love her so much.
It's a really different role for her. So that's been a lot of fun watching her be this like kind of no nonsense badass sheriff out in the middle of nowhere. You know.
Ooh, I'm so
So
excited.
it's cool. I
Yay.
enjoy it. But there's only 2 episodes out right now. I know I'm dating this
So we're not
episode
too
now
far
if you're-
behind.
if you're listening later on, but yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Maybe when I'm done with my next 800-page books, I will be available for that.
Yeah, just put it on the background. You won't get sucked in at all.
I sure will.
Yeah, I will be starting that as soon as I finish what's on my list, which is Fargo. Still pushing the Fargo. You guys need to watch Fargo. I'm telling you, it's the best season it's had.
Okay.
So,
I believe you. I just feel like, am I too far? Like,
no.
can I go there?
You gotta go there. You will thank me. You will thank yourself. You will thank the stars. You will do whatever that you think. I
All the
mean,
How many
Thank you.
seasons are we in on that?
But they're
I
standalone.
think it's the 5th, but they
Remember?
are standalone.
We went over this last class.
So, hey, Scott's been busy
He was
producing
busy
their
producing.
show.
I sleep through most of these episodes. Come on, guys.
Wow.
Let's be real.
Anyway,
Wow.
Fargo, please. I'm just, you guys, and I feel like no one's even listening to me about this. Like, I'm the only person watching it in the world.
Oh my god,
So
it's a
I feel-
hugely popular
I feel
show.
left alone.
No,
gets
because
nominated
I
for all
heard from
kinds of
someone
awards.
else say
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Best
Okay.
season that Fargo's ever had.
This is like you
Okay.
with Ted Lasso when you're like, no one else watches this,
Yeah,
and it's like
no
the
one
most
else.
popular show in
No
the
one's,
world.
no one's listening to me. Anyway, is there anyone in chat watching Fargo? Just say yes. Put your hand up. Give me a, I don't know, a poop emoji. I don't care. Just let me know.
We appreciate the engagement.
Anyway, once Fargo is done, then True Detective is my number.
Okay.
30 coins is still sitting there. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do all this.
I don't know either. We need more hours in the day.
Yeah. Did you guys, I saw today the trailer for the new Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, which is the Rick and Michonne. And I was just like, God damn it.
I feel seriously like we talked about on New Year's Eve. There's a weird embarrassment. Like I feel like Walking Dead is like an ex of mine, and I'm like, "Hi, Walking Dead. You look good. I'm glad you're doing well." I'm like, it's
You know,
just-
maybe look them up every now and then on
yeah,
Instagram.
be like, "What are they up to?" Yeah, and then be like, "No, I'm glad. I'm happy you're happy. I've really moved on."
See, I'm at that point where I'm getting that drunken call from it, you know, in the middle of the night, and I'm like, you know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It could go either way.
Yeah, well, more like, anyway.
So this, what'd you think of the show? Was it a good trailer?
Well, I mean, it's a limited series.
limited.
I hope it's
engagement.
limited. God, I hope it's limited.
Please God,
Um,
let it be limited.
But I mean, it looked okay. I mean, it finally explains where Rick went, who took him, Michonne looking for him, all that stuff. And I do want to know.
I want to know.
I did love Rick.
Yeah, and I love Michonne.
And I love Rick and Michonne, the whole thing. So yeah, it's like one more thing but it's on AMC Plus.
The fuck.
So I think you probably have to subscribe to get it. Most likely, I'm guessing.
Goodbye. No, I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah.
I
Walking Dead.
think AMC Plus and Shudder are the same subscription now.
No,
They're not.
You don't
They're
get
not,
the
though.
full.
They're
Yeah,
not.
you don't get the full
We
thing.
we've done this before.
We've done this. So it's like Walking Dead. You're looking low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, Rick.
Good luck to you. Wish you the best.
I said some
Anyway.
things. You said some things.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Be friends.
Yeah. No, not even that.
Yeah.
Let's not be friends.
Let's just be.
Let's just be
Me
separate.
be here, you be over there.
All right.
And I haven't even finished Walking Dead yet, so I mean. Yeah.
But you wouldn't have to, I don't think, to watch this because you
I'm
already
sure
know.
they'll catch you
I
up.
feel I would have to.
Oh, okay,
A completionist sense.
that's fine.
Like I don't even know that Michonne left to go find him.
Oh, really?
I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, they
I don't-
weirdly abandoned the kid.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like that. Why did
Yeah.
you get with her?
No, you got Daryl and everyone else who can look after the kid.
Daryl's in France now.
Well, now.
See, Daryl's in France now.
You're like, what the
How the hell did
Negan's in
Daryl
like
get
New
to
York
France?
with
Yeah, and-
Maggie.
Yeah,
and-
Not on the
in
show.
New York. Yeah, in the show, isn't he going to France? He's going to Europe.
Well, I mean, but not now. Pat, when the shows end, I guess is he? I didn't even know. Is he leaving?
I
Is
don't
he
know how
gone?
the fuck he gets overseas.
Yeah, how does he go to a different continent?
I don't know.
Does
We
he
have to
swim?
watch, I guess.
he rode his motorbike.
Motorcycle.
He chitty bang bang his ass all the way over there.
You've seen so many people have their kinder trauma about the child snatcher, and it was Daryl. It was Daryl.
Daryl was a child snatcher. He's a choochie face.
He's got Michonne and Rick's kid. And he's just like, we're going to France. Hold on.
Oh, that would be pretty funny, actually.
Okay, well,
Children.
okay, well, we just clearly wrote the next spin-off iteration of this fucking show.
We did. There you go. Daryl and his old bamboo. The old bamboo. Anyway. All right.
So would that mean that Rick and Michonne are coming up from the ashes?
Yes.
I am dying.
Oh God. Just to bring it down a note. Did you? I didn't see this until today. That last Saturday, David MG, I pronounce it. The gentleman who played Steven in Dawn of the Dead, the Flyboy, died over the weekend.
Oh yes,
Dawn of the
I
Dead.
did see that. Yes, because
Steven.
I, unlike you, am on
On the
social
things.
media.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and then all of a sudden I was today looking at something, and it popped up. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? Why wasn't there more fanfare about this man?"
Oh,
And
there was. You're just not on
Really?
social
Oh,
media.
so be it.
Stop reading your bag reviews.
Reading them. You're so funny.
Sorry, listening, watching them on YouTube.
Watching, making my own. Hey, look at my bag.
It's me, your boy.
Smash that
It's
like
me.
button.
Smash that button. Welcome to
Guys.
my channel.
I got another bag for you guys. What's in my bag?
Making my duck face back and forth. Anyway, yeah, I
I don't
just
think
saw
we
it.
can make fun of influencers when we're currently live streaming a show, Neil.
Yes, we can. We are the anti-influencers.
This is feeling very meta all of a sudden.
Anyway, I just that's all. David, I just wanted to give a shout out to him because I'm Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
Watched that movie 1,000 times.
it's true.
Anyway, that's all on that one. That's all I got because otherwise, it was a slow 2 weeks of content.
Slow
Did
news week.
did we watch something in a theater? I can't remember. We watched something, right? I feel like we did, but we can't talk about it yet.
Did we
probably.
watch something?
Never mind.
I don't care. I mean, you can say it if you want.
No, that's all right. No, I don't want
Is
to
it
get in
something
trouble.
that we're
If it
gonna
were
like?
good.
I don't want to get in trouble. I liked it, but we'll talk about that later, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I want to know. Secrets are no fun unless I am a part of one.
So I couldn't remember what it was, but it was me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tells you what I thought of it.
You didn't like it.
let's let
let
Scott
Scott.
get a bumper ready so that we can move into the review.
Uncle Baby Billy's Bible bumpers.
We're back. Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, I said, Neil, for your
Okay.
birthday, one of your gifts is you get to intro your movie because I don't know how to describe it.
All right. We are discussing the wonderful 1987 film Amazon Women on the Moon. I'm calling it wonderful. Actually, I shouldn't speak for everyone else. Direct from IMDb. A spoof of low-budget 1950s science fiction movies interspersed with various comedy sketches and fake commercials making fun of late-night television. There you go. This is... I guess we would kind of call it like an anthology film in a way, but it's more like a sketch film. Lots of,
I think anthology is probably the best way to describe it.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
But they're short. It isn't like an anthology film that has like 4 or 5 20-minute stories or a half hour. It's like...
Right. Some pieces, it's like a wraparound. Some pieces they'll pick up later.
But they're like little 2-minute, 3-minute, some are a little bit longer.
Reoccurring.
Vignettes of stories or whatever. Some reoccur. But it's directed by 5 gentlemen overall. Joe Dante, John Landis, Carl Gottlieb, Peter Horton, and Robert K. Weiss. Which, if you guys ever saw the Blues Brothers, there's a mention of Robert K. Weiss in there at one point. So, because John Landis directed it. Anyway, again, as Sandra would say, if you know, you know. This film basically is just about everything. I mean, it's like everything from the 80s, bad television, from like... makes fun of Playboy TV. It makes fun of hair plants. It makes fun of, cars and all kinds of fun things.
Infomercials.
Yeah. So,
What? Let me help you here.
Okay.
When did you first see this movie? Was it love at first sight? What's your relationship to this film?
I first saw this on home video.
So what year was it?
Probably like 88 or something, I would imagine. I was definitely young when I first saw it, and it was love at first sight for whatever reason. This movie clicked with me. I thought it was funny. I recognized a lot of the actors at that point. I definitely knew who John Landis and Joe Dante were, which was also a draw maybe for me as well. Knowing both of them from Gremlins or American Werewolf in London, and John Landis from, of course, all those wonderful Eddie Murphy films that we so dearly loved. But yeah, I don't know. This movie I just love its pace. It just keeps going and going, and it
works for your short attention span.
My short attention span, and for my level of humor, as well.
How many times do you think you've seen this movie?
I have probably seen this film. Oh, that's a good question. I'd say 20 times ish over the years.
That's a lot for a comedy. Because you have to still find it funny, like after 20 times.
I do.
So it's a real love. It's just a relationship.
I was telling Caleb that when I was doing the thumbnail, I was looking for images that I could put on the thumbnail, and I stumbled across a GIF of a GIF or a GIF.
A jiffy.
Anyway, a segment of still pictures put together quickly so they look like they're moving.
A zoetrope?
Yes, of Arsenio, a bit from Arsenio, and it's a real quick boom bit. I mean, it's a 2-second quick little, and I just started laughing from it. I hadn't seen it. I actually hadn't seen this film in a while, but I just started laughing from that, to a point where I was almost had tears in my eyes again, just thinking about that whole segment. So yeah, for some reason it speaks to me.
It's a relationship.
It is. And I was very happy that Scott told me that there was nothing socially irresponsible about it. It may not have aged because of just the content being 40 years old now almost. But as far as it being offensive, it was not.
I don't think
I mean,
so.
I don't
So that made me
I
happy.
don't speak for everyone in the world.
Well,
Guess what, everyone?
I did not find some of the morally objectionable items
huge
that we
red
sometimes
flags.
see in films of the era.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you on that. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that some people would find umbrage with, but it's not like super red flags every 5 seconds. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that for me was good because I was a little worried introducing Sandra and Scott to this. I'm like, okay, is there no wait no?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wow.
We'll see.
I mean, there wasn't even any like homophobia or anything. Like, which
Yeah,
would have
somehow
been-
they just resisted
No, it's really surprising when
Yeah.
you think about it. For
for the day.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, this came out in '87, but it was actually shot in '85.
Jesus,
So-
long gestating.
Well, John Landis had some things going on
He
for
did
a
have-
couple of years.
Get a
there,
few
so,
irons in the fire there.
Plus,
But-
the editing was probably something too. With these kind of movies, I mean.
Yeah, it's
but
probably
I'm just
true.
saying, like, you would almost expect to see
Yeah.
that
To find some
sort
like,
of thing. And,
pretty
you know, for
sketchy
the
shit,
most
yeah.
part, they're just like making fun of the white dudes.
yeah, and just what the thing is itself of television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go ahead. I don't know what you guys think about this, so
Want me to go first?
Me?
let's hear it.
To me, to you, to me, to you.
You know, I cannot remember when I saw this, but I had to have seen it probably at a friend's house, probably at some sort of sleepover in like 8th grade, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't think this had a theatrical release. I think this kind of,
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. Or if it did, it was just like really quick. But so I think it has a gross of like $500,000, a
Oh.
theatrical gross of, which is
Doesn't seem like anything.
very
Huh.
small. So I think it was like TV, VHS,
No, that's
you know.
surprising. Okay.
Again, John Landis had some things going on, so I don't think they knew what to do with it. But
They're like, "What?"
anyway, I don't remember when I saw it, but I thought it was funny there because it hit those goofy sensibilities, you know. But
Goofy thing.
I'm older now. No, it's
Learned
it's
theirs.
fine. I found myself laughing at
Yeah.
some points, and I found myself being pretty quiet at some others. So, you know.
So would you say you love it, you like it, you hate it, you're neutral?
It was fun. I was
I thought you were gonna say it was
glad.
fine.
No, it was fun. I was glad to be there with you. Like
Yes.
if I was by myself,
Oh,
I
I
think
probably-
it would have been
yeah.
horrible. You
Yeah.
know, but I was feeding off of Scott, who was like dying next to me
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah. And we're all chuckling. Like that. We threw back our heads and
Right.
laughed.
Right.
There were legitimate moments. I think it's the hardest I've laughed in a long time in this film.
Well, it was really David Allen Greer.
yes.
Yeah, specifically. Yeah.
Specifically. Yeah, for me, I would definitely say I liked it. I don't know if it's love, just because there's, I think, a little bit like you kind of said, there's stuff that at one point I just told you guys, I'm like, just tell me like who the people are and like
If I should know them.
if I should
Yeah.
know them, because there's an element to it that's kind of like SNL or something, where it's like it's kind of topical, you know, for like the time. So it'd be like I one thing y'all forgot to tell me is that the roasters were all real roasters. I thought they were just random people and
Some old actors.
some,
Well, I figured that you would have known who Rip Taylor and Henny Youngman were, and then you would have realized that it means everyone.
Rip Taylor's authentic look,
Okay,
but I couldn't pin the name down.
got it.
Yeah. So anyway, just things like that where it's like, oh, I know this would be funnier if it's like I could immediately recall it's like, you know, this person I should know from this thing. But
Okay.
for the most part, there was lots of parts that made me giggle. Giggle, gaggle. I think it's really funny that just like Videodrome, Hollow be thy name, Videodrome. You know, there's this, like, it's in the 80s and people are like, the television, the VHS cassette tapes, no one has an attention span anymore. And it's just one of those things where it's like every generation is like, oh my God, the youth of today. What are they even thinking? And it's just like, y'all haven't even met TikTok yet, like, or Snapchat where it goes away, you know. So I don't know. It's just funny. It's one of those things like some things never change.
Yeah, I suppose
Some
so.
things never change. I like that at the beginning of the film it says starring lots of actors. That was pretty funny.
Should we say who's in this film?
I mean, can you? There's so
Not
many.
necessarily everyone, but I've got a little list here.
Sure.
Go for it.
So in this film is Arsenio Hall, Michelle Pfeiffer, David Allen Greer, Steve Guttenberg, Rosanna Arquette, B.B. King, Kelly Preston, Ed Begley Jr.,
Egg Bagley.
Ralph Bellamy, Carrie Fisher, Paul Bartel, Russ Meyer, Sybil Danning, Andrew Dice Clay, and Robert Picardo. That is not by any means all of them.
Yeah, it's
Joey
just like,
Pants.
Joey Pantoliano, how did I forget that? Yeah.
it's one of the best.
In fact, there's lots of people in this. Some of them you're like, who? But other ones back then, Paul Bartel was pretty big in the late 70s and up to the mid 80s. But yeah, it's
I can remember in the 90s watching reruns of like SNL and not knowing who some of the hosts were.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like where you're like, okay, they just never
They were in something
made it
that was
out
hot
of
then.
like
and,
this
yeah.
time period. You know?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that's kind of how you felt a little bit with a lot of
Definitely.
these people.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
Not
you
all
know,
of them, but yeah, a lot of them. One thing, sometimes it's like a trip too. You see, like, I've never seen David Allen Greer that young, I don't think.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that was like, oh my God, he's a baby with a flat top.
definitely a few years before In Living Color.
Yeah. Should we just get right into it?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't break down every segment, nor would I think that be fun or enjoyable for the people at home. But to start it off with, we have Arsenio Hall. Was he doing the talk show at this point?
Probably not.
I don't think
not in
so.
85. That's when they filmed it. 86.
Okay.
Probably not.
I have like what I've seen of him, pop culture kind of pieces, little moments throughout my life. Never figured him for a slapstick guy. I mean, like the beginning is straight up like silly slapstick
Full on
comedy.
Full on.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I know he was a performer and did other things, but in my mind, he was a talk show host.
Yeah, well, he's also an actor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of his
Okay.
movies. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now, I read that whole thing was like kind of impromptu. They just sort of went through. I don't really believe that,
There was so much
because
they
some
had to
things had to
do.
be set up, like
Yeah.
opening the beer can.
It's a lot of rigging.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
rigging.
I don't know. I saw that and I just kind of went like, I don't even know
whatever.
why I brought it up, to be honest with you. But here we are, and I'm still talking about it.
Producer Scott, just delete that. Just take that out on the live.
Yeah, so
stream.
that's the Mondo Condo
The Mondo Condo
episode from
Mondo
John
Casa,
Landis.
it's called. Okay.
Yeah. So that is one of my favorite, if not my favorite.
Parts.
So yeah, I mean, I absolutely love it, and again, it's absolutely speaks to my sensibilities and my sense of humor. That it's complete slapstick. It's just about a guy who comes home from a business trip and everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
He opens a beer, he gets splat, and he gets
Takes a bite of
rotten
his
sandwich,
rotten.
almost gets pulled into his
tries to
garbage
spit
disposal.
it out in the garbage. Yeah.
With that one, with the garbage disposal, I said, "Oh, this is a horror movie." That's actually what my notes say.
That's right.
But
I think
I also
my-
feel that's
yeah.
a perfect way to open this. It
Yes.
lets you know exactly what you are in for.
That's true.
I think my favorite bit in the slapstick part was the VHS to the eye.
That's the part where I saw the GIF.
Yeah.
And that's just the and I just started busting up again.
Because sometimes with slapstick, and this isn't a complaint or anything, but you see the gag.
You coming.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't really expected to get him like that.
Yeah.
Is the eye?
All thought he was probably going to eat him or something.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
And I like that the guy sweeping out front just didn't even care that somebody fell out the window. He's like, "Oh, we having weather?"
Yep,
Like,
got another one.
I love it. He takes his VHS out and just puts it in the machine. And it's like, oh, it's not plugged in. Gets a shock from plugging it in, and then pushes the button. It comes right out. It's hysterical. Perfect. And then he sits down and turns the TV on and just blows up.
I mean,
it just gets me.
and he keeps getting the calls, and it's
The
the guy looking for his
looking
wife.
for Thelma.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny.
There ain't no Thelma. Yeah, it's just pure slapstick gold. So I love it. And then you guys should he goes to take a magazine off his bookshelf,
Oh, and,
and the bookshelf falls down on him.
That is every reader's nightmare. To be or a really good way to go.
Maybe
Taken out by my own literature, I could die like that.
that'd be a way to do it. Cool.
Your 3 books fall on you, and you're like, "Oh."
That's right. But if they're 800 pages,
That's true. Those ones.
get them off of me.
Help.
Be stuck in my office screaming, but no one would hear me.
So then the next one up is the one that's like the penthouse lady, kind of like that's the Playboy TV kind of like thing you were talking about,
Right.
right? Oh my god. Okay, so the unintentional hilarity of this is Scott points out that her voice sounds like Cartman. Sounds like Cartman from South Park, and I just could not unhear it.
Yep.
Why did she sound like Cartman though? That and I thought the saxophone music was really funny in the background too. Yeah.
I
Yep.
really liked that segment. There was something just so
Absurd.
surreal about it. That was the one that really like. All right, I'm in for this.
Well, and it kind of like reminds me now of like influencer culture a little bit. Yeah. It's kind of, it's kind of a full circle moment.
They're doing the interview of a playboy, or not a playboy, a playmate type character in her while she's in bed doing her poses, taking her pictures, and then they
Like
go.
those are the poses.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
Like she's working out.
She's a
on-
Karate Kid.
She's on the elliptical. But then they keep going. But then she's like downtown shopping, still completely nude.
Right.
But she like has a little handbag and she's wearing a little hat.
the gloves.
The gloves.
and
Yeah.
The veil.
Yep. And then she goes to church and she's still nude in church, but she's listening to the sermon.
That's why you gotta love California.
And
That's
Laguna.
right.
It was Laguna shoe.
Yeah.
They were saying she was in.
She was, that's right.
And that's why New York
So.
sucks.
Yes.
So now we get our meat of the piece, which is the man sucked into the television.
Oh yes, Murray.
Very Mike TV from Charlie Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. He became Mike TV. He watched so much TV, and then he gets shrunken down and sucked in to all the programming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was.
So
And
it's
then
also
that
like your
becomes
movie.
a reoccurring bit.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Very stay tuned energy.
Yeah.
He goes. His wife's clicking him into different different movies.
Shows. Yeah.
He goes into a Huey
Commercials.
Lewis video.
Yeah.
That-
Right.
That was
That was
awesome.
surprising,
That's
actually. I mean, Universal did a really good job of like showing you their stuff.
Yes.
Todd, totally understandable if you're not a huge fan of anthology. Anthologies are hard because, like, a lot of times people remember either the best parts of an anthology or the worst parts of an anthology.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're hard to put together for, like, film or book format. There's an art to it, or it doesn't work.
It's true. There are some really good ones, and there are some that are not.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Look at Todd joining us from the 209.
Hi, Todd.
Wow. It's a birthday miracle again.
Well, now he's going to leave.
He's out of here. Peace. Then we have Griffin Dunn. Everyone, Griffin Dunn.
Griffin Dunn.
So that's
the
American
Michelle
Werewolf.
Pfeiffer.
American Werewolf in London,
Right,
yes.
Right.
Yes. Playing a not so good doctor. One who apparently delivers babies and does liver transplants. So,
as Scott pointed out, from 30 Rock, do you guys remember the character Dr. Spaceman?
No.
Dr. Spaceman?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he's like the OG Dr. Spaceman, Dr. Spaceman. Like, the person that is completely...
Even looks like him.
Yeah. Like,
As a-
completely incompetent to be your medical provider. It was, it's like that.
I'm blanking on that actor's name right now.
I think
But
it's, I can't think
he
of it either.
voiced Cyril in Archer.
Yeah.
He's an old SNL.
Yeah.
So SNL.
I'm blanking.
Is it Parnell?
Chris Parnell.
Parnell, yeah, Chris
Yes.
Parnell.
That's
Um,
Dr. Spaceman in 30
Dr.
Rock.
Spaceman. And that's Michelle Pfeiffer. Young Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle
in that.
Pfeiffer,
Right.
Peter Horton.
So
Peter Horton, here's a who?
Yep.
Peter Horton, here's a who. So I did not know this, but Michelle and Peter were married at
They
the
were
time.
together.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
And he was on your program
he
you
was
liked.
on 30
30 something.
30 something, not
He
Rock.
was on your show.
We'll talk about 230s.
He wishes. I'm so confused.
30 something, yes.
So that was funny to see him, like, doing all this.
It was fun to see
Didn't
Peter Horton back.
Really do a lot.
In
He's like
this
the
movie
straight
or
man.
No, just
Yeah.
in general.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much he ended up doing directing. I mean, if he went on after acting to do that or not. But
Maybe we should get him on the horn.
get him on the Horton.
Michelle probably got him like, okay, I'll do your movie, but you gotta give my husband some work.
Maybe.
That's funny.
And then once they divorced, she blacklisted him.
Yeah.
So
So they were married from 81 to 88. So
Pretty good stretch
that's a
time.
Hollywood lifetime.
that's like like Grease too, when she got all popular from that.
From that beloved
Popular.
movie, Grease.
Peter's like, hey, look at this girl. You can
Um,
get me a cool rider.
I think my favorite part of
It's a song from the movie. It's a song from the movie, guys.
some from movie. From the movie. I
It's
think my
from the movie.
my favorite part was that because like he's bringing in all these things that aren't their baby,
Yes.
and my favorite's the hand
The
baby.
hand, yeah. Yes.
Mr. Potato Head, and then the hand.
Yeah.
And then chips in a bottle.
Yes. And he's like, we need to breastfeed.
Yeah. It's just so silly. It's like that's not right. Turns out the baby was in the laundry chute.
The whole time. I'm curious. Okay, do you guys remember? Do you have a favorite segment, or is it everyone's the same?
I really liked the Son of the Invisible Man.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, that was
I thought that was really clever. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
You know, how the guy's just running around all naked. Never thought that I would briefly see Ed Begley Jr.'s Jr.
That's right.
You do. You get a split
Yeah, just a
second of it.
little- Yeah.
Egg.
Yeah, that was a good
No, I
one.
really, really like that. I thought it was really clever.
Can
I thought
I-
it was put together really
Oh.
well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Ed Begley thinking he's invisible, but he's not. He's taking his clothes off.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, here comes the invisible man again.
We always love equal opportunity nudity. We love to point it out. My favorite segment. I don't want to spoil it because we're gonna get to it, but let's just
We can go
do
out
it.
of order. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Let's just get it. Rip off that band-aid. It's the Loch Ness monster. It's Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Like it does not get better than that. I said I put in there my favorite so far, and it was my favorite in there because it just it's so silly. It's the Loch Ness monster in a little hat and a little capelet. And just like rolling through the streets of London, and like it's not noticeable. It's like, oh, who could be Jack the Ripper? Well, it was Nessie, and he just looks so funny and actually really cute in his little hat.
He did. And like, yeah, and then when she looks up, oh, hello, and he's just like,
And you're like, of
aren't
course,
you a big guy or whatever? Yeah.
just she's so charmed and so unassuming.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm like, he's so subtle.
Yeah.
He just blends in, and like the whole kind of like this bullshit thing.
Bullshit or not? Instead of
Yes.
it was Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Okay, because like it was giving me Unsolved Mysteries vibes,
Okay.
which I love, and all of those beyond belief factor fiction from the 90s. So this was kind of like, I'm familiar, I'm comfortable here.
Got it.
Yeah, and then you add in Loch Ness
Because there
Monster.
was it Ripley's Believe It or Not that Jack Palance, I think, was the host of, and he would walk around in that beige trench coat
They've
introducing the
yeah,
segments.
they've done a few other iterations of that over the years.
Oh, okay.
Of that, so that's got to be what they're referencing.
If I'm
though.
remembering right.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Jack Palance. Anyway, someone fact check me on that, but anyway, yeah, I think it's awesome as well, that segment, because
Yeah.
Henry Silva, who was a real actor of whenever, was the one playing that role, and he'd come out, bullshit or not.
Yeah.
So the whole segment just called
Well, I
bullshit
feel like
or
he
not.
made a career out of playing bad guys too, so it was nice.
I think
to,
he did.
You know.
Have a little levity.
Yeah.
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 Another one I really liked is the hair looming, because it just was giving Cabbage Patch. It was just giving Cabbage Patch so hard, and like just the idea of just that wet is just like
With the guys in the shower.
you wash it like your normal hair. Yeah.
I like me as a dustbuster. He's just like dust busting his head.
Oh my god.
You guys ever see Dustbuster in real life?
Only
Did
in
they have
only in TV and movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had Dustbuster.
Wow.
So, and Todd verified yes on Jack
Jack
Palance.
Palance.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Todd.
All right.
Thank you. I'm not sure. Sometimes I think I just hallucinate things. I'm not really sure if they were real or not.
Mm.
You know, so
It's troubling.
it is. But hey,
Well, it's because you're living in a sim, and
Yeah.
it's hard
that's
to
what
keep
it
track
is.
of all
I'm
that.
plugged into the machine. So
What was your favorite episode, Arsenio?
Arsenio definitely is high up there. I mean, I even showed you that one time we were at work at one point, but I mean, Don Noel Soul Simmons,
Yeah.
I got to give it up to
Oh,
I mean,
Probably that was
Scott's
Scott's.
favorite.
Yeah,
100% my
I
favorite.
thought he sounded really
100%.
good.
So-
too.
His voice was great, but the
Inflection.
over enunciation
Yep. Yeah.
of the words in Close to You, his
smile.
dedication to
Yes.
that lack of soul was just
Yeah.
I will always remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, just that little smile, not that big smile he
Yeah.
has while he's doing it is just.
But
It's so
That's
charming.
comedy
It's charming.
What was the other one that he sang that was just
Jeremiah was a
Jeremiah
bullfrog.
was
Oh,
a
that was
bullfrog.
the funk.
That was when he goes funky.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the. And if you buy this, we'll also send you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Oh, so
But this one
good.
he's like
So
doing his,
good.
his
Like
shoulders
side
and
to
he's playing,
side.
he's playing
Yeah.
it. Dan dan dan.
I also liked his bossa nova.
Yes.
Blame it on the bossa nova.
that was so good. And I like that they have BB King.
Oh yes.
So first it starts out as a or not a PSA. What do you call them? Like a
It's like a fundraiser.
Infomercial.
fun, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
Oh.
like,
fundraiser thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
BB King's raising money for
Black people born without.
Without soul.
Without Soul. Yeah.
And they call it like, you know, that then Don Simmons releases the album, they're like, he overcame his personal affliction to release a best-selling album or whatever it was. But it's
I love BB King. Raised on BB King. I
Yes.
love BB King. So it's just really cute to see him in younger, haler, heartier days.
yep.
You know, and just being silly playing that. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, how they get BB King to like do that? You know?
Blues Brothers. He and John Landis had a history
Oh,
already.
so they already had a little
Yep.
relationship. He's like,
Yep.
you just have to come by for like 30 minutes.
Lots,
Pretty much.
lots of the actors and directors already
They
had
were in their pieces.
tons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over the place.
There was
Love
definitely a
Bear.
lot of
there
familiarity.
was some looming.
There's some hair looming.
So Caleb, what about Caleb's favorites?
Oh yeah, what was your favorite?
Besides the Son of the Invisible Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
you
thought-
said your favorites.
I thought the
sorry.
Video Pirates was just kind of a
Yeah,
I like that
too.
That's a very like of the time, you know.
But still,
Yeah.
like relevant
but
in so
even
many
still,
iterations.
but I mean, even
Yeah.
like seeing that FBI warning and like the
Yeah.
pirate like just laughs at it, you know.
Yeah. I liked that too. I wish I wanted more from that segment. I thought that was good.
You know, so
It
that
was a
just-
quick segment, but it was pretty.
It
funny.
was. It was.
And like they were excited for Out of Africa and stuff. It's just like silly. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they threw in all their Universal titles.
They did.
Yeah.
All their MCA
Yeah, and all their-
Universal
There you go.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Even before Seagram's probably took them over, I think. It was before that. So, but anyway. Yeah.
So around this time, we got the first part of Amazon Women on the
Right.
Moon. My favorite part about that whole wraparound segment with the Amazon Women is just how it would. It was a bad transfer, you know, and like how you would cut and like then it would pick up non sequitur some other part of the movie. At one point, the character Blackie's dead, and like we don't even know.
Don't know what happened. Yeah.
You know, things that was like my favorite part of it, that it was like, oh, okay, I guess we're just not meant to know. And I mean, y'all, I'm sure that monkey was fed cocaine or something. It's not good to have live animals in movies, but that monkey pulled all my focus. He was so cute. He had a little suit on and little monkey space boots.
Yep.
And he was like uppies and like, oh, it just slayed me. I liked the costumes, especially the Moon Queen's costumes were I have no notes. 10 out of 10 would wear, and like their overly styled hair and stuff. But yeah, that was like I liked that whole. Oh my god! And there was like a monitor lizard with horns stuck on its head. Yeah, it was very cute.
So yeah, so this is like a movie. It's supposed to be like a Plan 9 from outer space,
Right.
kind of thing. It's 50s
The
sci-fi.
50s,
Did you
yeah.
guys notice how the announcer kept saying a different year for
Yes.
the movie every
I
time?
did notice
I didn't
that.
catch
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
So he's like, now back to the 1956
Right.
Amazon, and then we come back. Now we're back to the 1955.
I think one time he even changed the title up a little bit. Like maybe he put a in the moon instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
on the-
But yeah, and so this is supposed to be your main chunk of the movie, which keeps
Right.
getting interrupted by technical,
Right.
like back in the day, if you remember when we had antenna TV, you would have technical difficulties. So, and then this is when your infomercials and your whatever else bits come on here and interrupt the actual movie. So you end up getting about what 5 minutes of maybe of this film total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Butch character, the one with the monkey,
Yeah.
I think that was his name.
It's Butch, yeah.
Yeah, that's John Travolta's brother.
I didn't know John Travolta
Joey.
had
It was
siblings.
Joey Travolta,
I
huh?
didn't either, but yeah, that was Joey.
Did he do other stuff?
He probably didn't
Probably
know.
nothing you
He probably
are
held.
aware of, but
Somebody had to keep the home fires burning at the Travolta home.
Anyway, yeah. So, go ahead.
I was going to say another one of my favorite segments.
Yeah.
My second favorite segment is the Rosanna Arquette and Goot.
The Goot.
the Goot.
This is definitely up there. And then I have another one that was one of my favorites, but that she has the little machine to like, and it's kind of funny because like we were kind of joking and we're like, now we have the internet. We call that the internet. But I also just love the sisterhood like idea of like leaving notes so then all the other girlies can be like, oh, like don't waste your time, and just like the way she reads him to filth so deadpan and stuff. I really liked that whole segment. It was very girl power.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
It was. I don't want to call it like forward thinking, but at the same time,
Kind of
for its time, it kind of was
yeah.
what they came up with. And it's basically a fax machine, but
Right.
Yeah.
but it
And it prints out on dot matrix
dot matrix
paper.
paper,
Yeah.
and comes out with this full list of all these things he did.
And she's just kind of like just ignoring him and like reading it. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's that? What's that say?" And it's like, "We'll be with you in a moment."
Right.
Yeah, it's like because it's very much like procedural, like he's at the DMV or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it was funny. She's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Right.
It says here like
Meryl
you
Streep.
slept with what? Oh, like the Meryl
Yeah.
Streep thing, and yeah, she just calls him all his crap. It's
He's
pretty
like,
funny.
21 can't be right. Like, Steve Gutenberg had a lot of hair
He did
at that time period.
at that time.
Like, it was tall.
I had a lot of hair at that time too.
Even
Well,
Goot.
85, how many police academies was he into at that point?
Maybe a couple.
Couple deep.
All right. Cocoon, had that come out yet?
Maybe the same year. I think
Same year?
85.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have seen Cocoon. That was on TV a lot.
Cocoon.
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 Shaka
Khan.
Khan?
Come on, Cocoon.
Harvey Pitnick.
Yes, the Pitnick.
Harvey sucked. He was so boring, and he didn't treat his family well. And I just love kind of the conceit of that piece, that it's like a what is it, Roger Ebert, Siskel and Ebert
At the movies.
at the movies, yeah. And it just kind of, we were joking, it's like some of the ways they talk reminded us of the ways we talk. Like, I wasn't as bothered by that as you
Right.
were, kind of like that reviewer language. But they're just, again, just sitting there just like tearing him down, and I'm like, where's the lie though?
Right.
No lies detected.
Yep.
Sorry, Harvey, you're lame. Oh, you know, happy birthday.
Thanks, Verge. Oh, thanks. But the best part though, and this is one of my other favorite episodes. Okay, Virgo. Is that what you want to say? It's making fun of me again. I'm trying to.
I know,
I'm
it's your
trying to-
birthday, and he's just
I'm trying to give and read the same time.
He was on the other side of the hill. He couldn't see.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Pitnick funeral. One of my
Yes.
other favorite episodes.
The roast.
The roast. So yeah, that's the whole at the movies part. Basically,
yeah.
gives you this next segment. With
The Kafka-esque touches.
yes,
Is
exactly.
one of my favorites.
And it
too.
was with all these old again, almost 40 years ago, the comedians they had come out and roast them, they were old then. Like they
Yeah.
were on their way out.
They were
Yeah.
doing
You
the
know what I
old
mean?
roast.
Right.
Like, like originating that
so
probably.
you
yeah.
add another 40 years on top of it now, and you're talking, it was like, again, it was the Rip Taylor, Henny Youngman, Steve Allen, and some other people.
I like Rip
You
Taylor
know,
because he kept.
Slappy White.
Slappy.
I think Rip Taylor was my favorite, and I like that he threw confetti all the time.
That was his thing.
That was
I
his
mean,
thing.
I loved it. It's very fabulous. And I think that every funeral should be a roast.
You know what?
I love a good
I would
roast.
welcome that in
It's
mine.
Yeah.
it's not a bad,
Yep.
but you would need the professional roasters though, because some people can't do it.
So they're gonna.
I don't
call
know
us.
that I could get up there and.
Oh, they're gonna call us.
Well, for
They'll
his.
probably call you two.
But what about for mine?
We're gonna do it from beyond the grave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just call you
I'll
up
just
on
be
Luigi.
like over there plagiarizing other people's roasts. That's absolutely nothing to do with you, but
Plagiarizing.
I'll be in the coffin or the urn
Yeah.
with my little tube coming out. Going, hey,
I mean,
I got a good one.
I've got a good one about me.
Oh, poor Harvey Pitnick. And that was Robert Picardo was the funeral director
director.
in that
Robert
one.
Picardo.
So what was that?
What's a Robert Picardo
Robert
thing?
Picardo.
He
He
was
was
in The Howling.
that he
right?
was the werewolf in The Howling.
Oh, okay. He did
Because
look a
he
little
worked
familiar.
with
Dante.
Joe Dante a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we have talked about The Howling on this very program.
we have.
Because I remember he was the cowboy in Inner Space.
He was a cowboy in Interspace, I think. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
That is.
He was Doctor on,
So-
on Star Trek, the holodeck.
He was
Yeah,
on
but
There you
we're
go.
making
Star
a Joe
Trek.
Dante connection.
Oh, that's true. That's
Joe
not
Dante.
a Joe Dante connection.
But yes, he was.
That's right.
Another-
Interspace. Woof.
Another one of my favorites is the art sale.
Okay.
That's a dream come true.
Right.
That like these masterworks would just be at fire sale prices.
Yes.
That one's another one that's just silly. It's just silly and
Yeah.
cute. But I was like
Like
literally my dream come true. I would be down there in a second.
Yeah, I think we all would.
We all would.
I mean, I'm
You know.
selling the Mona Lisa for $59.95.
Right.
All kind of stuff. So.
Right?
Yep.
You know?
Every Van Gogh must go. Oh, it's just so silly. And Scott liked when the Amazon women at the end were throwing their spears.
I like that too. They're very
Yes.
aerodynamic spears.
It's also just funny because again, we have no idea what has led us to this point where the queen and like her person have like fallen in love with these guys, and now the other
the two remaining spacemen and the monkey. And,
and like why have they turned, and like why are they throwing things? Why does the queen want to leave? It's just like so funny too because you're just picking up like what happened? Like what did I miss? I missed the whole film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. And then they're leaving, and then
yeah.
when the moon blows up at the end,
there's a little
you know,
piece
chunk
still
hanging on
on
the string.
Chunk of moon.
just floating around. Oh man, that's good stuff.
I prefer the Titanic reenactment that we got in this. That was pretty
See,
funny.
I mean, they spent $2 on it, and freaking James Cameron spends $1 billion, so and it's just as good,
Should have saved your money, James.
Yep.
This is true.
just as well.
Where's
You
the
didn't
lie?
need it.
You know what's kind of like a really funny piece kind of its time is actually the condom one.
Condoms, yeah.
Because like not to bring it back to Golden Girls, but I will every fucking chance I get. There's a very famous episode of the Golden Girls where they're going to be going away with their gentlemen, and they are going to the store to buy condoms, and they're super embarrassed about it because it was the 80s. And I'm not saying it's now.
They were in their 80s.
No, it was the 80s.
Oh, it was
right?
the 80s. Okay.
And there's like, you know, this whole thing about buying the condoms and everything, and it was again very progressive for its time, kind of like making this statement. And I'm not saying that everybody today is super comfortable buying condoms or whatever, but it's just like it's such a change because now we're like, yeah, of course, like, and you shouldn't be embarrassed. Like that's a really good like thing. Like it's so important. This is like kind of before and kind of during like the AIDS crisis and everything too, and it's just like it's an interesting little period piece in a way that it's like, oh my god, I'm so scared to buy the condoms. And yeah, I don't know, it just struck me as interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they were in a
Scrap of time.
small town, it felt like, so
Right.
Obviously,
You know.
the pharmacist knew.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, specifically, I don't remember what the character's name was.
Right,
Let's
yeah.
just call him Jimmy. You know?
Right.
The
The condom mascot was funny. It kept making weird sounds.
It did.
It was like
Yeah, it's kind of like a Mickey Mouse ish noise.
oh, I guess that was what it was
Kinda
going for.
kind of noise.
Can we get that as like a ringtone? Because that was good.
Oh man. Scott, is there anything else you want to add?
And then I have one more.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, not about a specific thing, but this. I was trying to think of what this reminded me of, and it's the same kind of like pacing and humor of Robot Chicken.
Ah, yes, which is also because of the robot chickens watching the television.
And obviously, I'm sure Robot Chicken took inspiration from
This,
this.
yeah.
But you know, if you like Robot Chicken, I think you'll like most of what this is throwing at
We
you.
were
It's
huge fans
very
of
similar
Robot Chicken.
humor.
Scott and
I would bet so because Seth Green is very much our age. So
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure he drew a lot of inspiration from it. Absolutely.
You know,
So it is an influential film.
There you go.
So-
All right.
There you go. I mean, I'm just guessing, but
I think it's pretty safe.
I'm taking the
yes.
win.
It was so sweet to see Carrie, especially young
Yeah.
Carrie.
Carrie
I love her so
Fisher,
much. I
yeah.
miss her so much. I know we all do. She was an icon.
Yep.
So it's just like obviously one of those things where it's like, okay, I'll come down and do this because she like knows everybody, and like
John
there was
Landis again.
yeah, there's that part where they're in the dungeon and they break because he gets hit in the face by the bat, and you can like see her real genuine like smile. It's just so cute, and I just miss her so much.
Yeah.
And I remember because you told me that she was in this movie and she was not
Right,
in the
yeah, the
movie, and then
credits
you're
are
like,
rolling.
it's like a post-credit Marvel thing. I was like,
Sandra's about to get mad at me.
and I was like, where the fuck was Carrie Fisher? Was she in the
Got
condom?
you to watch it.
She was in the condom, making no sounds.
That's right. That was Carrie Fisher.
She would have done it too.
She would have. One little bit of, we'll call it not trivia to throw in there. I think it's kind of fun. Is that so? You guys know there's another film called Kentucky Fried Movie that John Landis did, which is a similar film. A lot of people kind of consider this a sequel to it. In fact, in
Okay.
France, it was actually considered a sequel. Like they just marketed them as such. So in France, the Kentucky Fried Movie's name is actually translated to hamburger film sandwich. What? And so they named this film, Amazon Women on the Moon in France, was called Cheeseburger Film Sandwich as the sequel. I thought that was kind of funny.
Silly.
I'm sure with mayonnaise because they use mayo out there instead of mustard. Anyway,
It's France, you know. We love
France. Did you have any interesting
No, that
bits?
was really
Hmm?
no.
Okay, cool. Well, I am
Are you happy?
I am happy and thankful that you guys did not despise this film. I appreciate you giving me that bit of leeway to choose, especially you, Sandra. Let me choose a non-horror title for my birthday.
We kind of have like this. We have an unspoken rule where we will very, very rarely, if ever, between the two of us, pick a non-horror movie.
Right.
And because it's kind of like we have so many horror movies we want to talk about and share and watch that we haven't seen, that it's like every time I'm like, maybe I'll pick. But I do have one non-horror movie I might pick this year.
Ooh.
I know. Look forward to that.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But yeah, so we did that. That was really big of us as people.
It was very big of you.
Yeah.
So all of you.
Us.
All of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
us.
Anyway, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Amazon Women on the Moon again. I don't even know if you can stream it anywhere, to be quite honest. I know on
Army.
Army.
Oh my goodness, Army.
Bless you.
Bless you, Army, for the
You're so sweet.
donation. Thank you, Army, very much. That was very kind of you. But I know you can watch lots of segments on YouTube. They're available. At one point, I did see there was a version on YouTube that was like the flipped or whatever, so you could horrible quality,
Right.
but you could do that. But I know for a fact you can watch Arsenio on there, which I highly recommend.
Watch it. Yeah. Watch it.
Now we have a game for you in the vein of the movie we just watched. So
Okay.
we'll
I'm
let
excited.
producers.
I'm very excited for this game.
Yes. So, I was trying to figure out the fun game we could play, and I was like, well, what can we do that pertains maybe to the movie that we just watched? And I had an idea. I said, you know what? Let's try and ask some weird questions of the group that might be true or might not be true. And I'm like, well, what can we call the game? Oh, I know. We can call it Bullshit or Not.
Are they bullshit or not?
So there you go. We're going to stay with Amazon Women on the Moon and do, is it bullshit or not? I'm gonna
Oh, there's the
there's
thing
a
sound.
I'm gonna ask questions of the group, and they're gonna have to guess if it's true or false, basically,
Okay.
or as we called it,
We're working as a team.
you're working together.
Let's go.
BS or not?
Okay.
All right. This is all Hollywood themed.
Okay.
BS or not? All right. The trailing green symbols at the beginning of the Matrix are sushi recipes. Is it bullshit or not?
Bullshit.
Ooh.
Bullshit.
I want it to be true, but I'm gonna say it's not.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bullshit.
It's true.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
A production designer scanned symbols from his wife's sushi cookbooks and then manipulated them to create the iconic code.
But it's manipulated.
but
But
it's
it-
still based
But it
on
started
that's
from
wild.
sushi recipe that he found in his wife's cookbook.
Wow.
Because apparently-
Wait, they weren't always all. It wasn't all binary. I always thought it was
It's
just
like
the ones and
binary.
No,
zeros.
it's-
like,
if you look-
weird, it's, like
it's-
it's like a language.
Yeah,
sort
it's
of.
Is it?
various
Oh, okay.
symbol-y things
See,
and
I don't
such.
even remember. Like, I remember
Yeah.
the green stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't. Never really looked at it.
Right.
God damn it. We're not off to a
Closely.
good start.
I mean, supposedly the guy went through and like did things to make it not just
Yeah.
be Chinese writing or
Yeah,
excuse
yeah,
me,
yeah. Right.
Japanese writing
Yeah.
coming down, but
Right.
you know,
Yeah, because that would have just been.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't believe it, but
I don't believe it.
it was written after the fact.
Hey, it's true. In Harry Potter's fourth film, The Goblet of Fire, rock band The Who makes a cameo playing as a fictional band called The Weird Sisters.
Oh, well, that does.
This is you.
That does definitely happen in the film. It's at the ball, the winter ball. I never heard that was the Who. I'm inclined to think it is not the Who.
I'm inclined to think that it is probably a famous band, but not the Who.
Yeah, I mean
I'm
they're
gonna
all
s-
made up, so it's like they wouldn't look like the Who.
I'm gonna say bullshit.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm like some questioning now.
I'll say it. Bullshit.
All right.
Okay. That is correct. That is bullshit.
Ooh,
See, told
yes.
Yes, it was famous musicians, but it was not The Who.
Who was it?
It was a guy. I forgot to write it down, but
Oh.
it wasn't like a famous band. It was like a guy from
Sammy
here.
Hagar.
I was gonna say it's Liam
Yeah.
and Noel Gallagher.
It was
'Cause after
oh, man, you know what's funny is I was just listening to a song by this person also, but it's not like it isn't like uber famous.
Okay.
He's kind of like you
Just-
know, on this level,
it's
so
just
much so that I
kinda-
can't remember his
He's
name.
kind of infamous.
It's right.
Okay.
Yes, it's famous. He's infamous. So I apologize, but yeah.
Okay, we're back on the board.
You're back on the board. Good job. Okay, ready?
One for one.
Yes,
Marlon Brando's cat in The Godfather was a stray found on set.
true.
True.
That is true.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
love that, and I love that so much.
Yep. In fact, they found him. They gave him to Marlon, and the cat loved Marlon and just sat there and purred and purred. And
Beautiful.
the sound people were so afraid that the purring was going to overtake the audio they were recording. So, okay.
It's perfect.
Sean Connery wore a wig in every single James Bond film.
True.
True.
That is true.
Yeah, that was not his hair.
Very good. Apparently, he started going bald at age 17.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rug. It's not a loom, but
Right, it's not quite the loom.
Yeah.
It's not quite a cut and pile, but it is
Yeah.
pretty close. Leonardo DiCaprio outbid Nicolas Cage for a Mongolian dinosaur skull.
Uh,
Bullshit or not?
they both seem like they collect like oddities.
Who are these people?
Leo DiCaprio
Yeah. I can't believe-
outbid
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
I'm gonna say bullshit. I can't see Nicolas Cage bidding on that.
No, he loves
So, are
weird
you
shit.
kidding?
He loves weird
Does he
stuff.
really?
I
Yeah.
can totally see him.
Yeah, but I mean, did he get outbid? Leo might have more coins.
Well, yeah, maybe that's the trick. Maybe Nick Cage actually outbid Leo.
I think maybe he did.
Yeah. Bullshit.
We'll say bullshit.
Yeah.
You guys are correct.
Yeah.
Nick Cage outbid Leo.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that!
He's like, you're trying to play in my playground?
That's
You
right.
can't step to this Mongolian dinosaur.
$275,000.
so like that scene in the basement of Unbearable Talent.
Right.
Is actually kind of like Nick Cage's.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
God, I love that movie so much.
But I could see Leo as an oddities guy too.
Sticking with Nick Cage, because there's a
We'll
lot
take
of
Nick
there's
Cage
a lot
for
of weird
1,000.
Nick Cages.
Yep.
Nick Cage wants to be buried in a 9-foot pyramid in New Orleans when he dies.
True. That's true.
Sounds about right.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Nick Cage's shortest marriage is 6 days.
True.
That is true.
That is bullshit.
Is it?
What?
It was 4 days.
Funny. Funny. Which one was that? Was that Lisa Marie?
It was a lady named Erica Koki.
Oh, I
It
didn't.
was his makeup artist.
Oh, didn't work out.
No. Nick Cage was
That's so
offered the
sad.
role of Harry Dunn, played by Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber, but he turned it down. Nick Cage was offered the role of Harry Dunn from Dumb
I always
and Dumber.
thought the
I've
two of them
never heard
came
that
together
before.
more
I think
organically.
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. In all my
Was it-
years of
was
Dumb
it-
and Dumber Dumb,
Wasn't there a weird bidding war for? Actually, I'm gonna say that's true.
You know what? Truth is stranger than fiction. Maybe it's true.
I'm outvoted, so we'll go with yours. I don't know. I'm skeptical though.
That's true.
Yes.
Nick Cage,
instance.
because Nick Cage and Jim Carrey
Right.
were friends. Our
Uh-huh.
friends.
Oh.
We're friends. And Nick,
I don't think I knew that either.
yeah, Jim wanted him to be in the movie with them, and so he offered it to him. And Nick wanted to do more, get away from, do smaller films. He actually
Okay.
ended up doing Leaving Las Vegas that year.
Yeah, and won an
So-
Oscar.
and won an
so I
Oscar.
guess
So,
it worked
yeah, he
out
was-
There
for
we
him.
go.
He was right.
Hey, did you get Nick Cage? I'm about to say, did you guys know? Hey, Nick Cage used to have
Is
cobras.
this Nick Cage trivia?
It's just he's so weird. I just threw a Nick Cage segment in
I
here.
love it.
Used to have cobras as pets.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He did,
Yeah.
and he once told I think it was Letterman
Yeah.
and then his people who lived near him got mad and they made
Oh,
him get
they
rid
got
of
him
him.
taken away.
Yep.
Now that you say that, I remember that exactly. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hey, speaking of the 80s, Tom Selleck trademarked the slang word stash and has an insurance policy for his mustache.
No.
Because he shaved it off.
Does the trademark include the apostrophe?
I don't know.
No, I'm calling that one out.
I don't know.
I'm
If
calling
this is
bullshit.
true, I would be really surprised because he just doesn't seem that.
There's a reason why I
Pretentious?
asked that.
No.
Yeah, like he would trademark something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that-
I'm not saying he didn't, but
Right.
you're saying it's true.
It's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
It's
All
bullshit.
right.
Is someone keeping score? Because we're now doing very well.
You're doing very well. I
Yeah.
haven't been keeping score.
That is the score. We're doing well.
You're doing well. A Starbucks cup appears in every single fight scene in the David Fincher film Fight Club.
A Starbucks club?
Was
Cup?
Starbucks cup.
around?
Yeah,
That
Starbucks was
funny.
around
Are you?
during Fight Club, but in every single.
In every fight scene.
I mean, that's most.
Was he trying to make
That's
like a
such
statement?
random.
Is he trying to make a statement about big coffee?
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I don't think that you would just make that up.
It's very possible.
I mean, I think it's
Then again,
true.
this
I
is
think-
Niels above
yeah.
we're talking about
I
here.
think it's
Feels
bullshit
above.
because Starbucks wasn't
The father of
really a
lies.
thing.
The deceiver.
when
The
that came
deceptor.
out.
I'm gonna say it's true.
I think it's bullshit.
What are your deciding vote?
What was that, 96?
Six-ish? Yeah.
What
Fight Club?
Starbucks were there at 96?
Bullshit.
It's true.
It's true.
Oh, see,
It's true.
I told y'all.
No, it makes sense, though. It does make sense
yeah.
because
Fincher thought that the Starbucks shops popping up basically on every block
over the place.
What
Yeah.
just
in
said?
LA was too much of a good thing. He wanted to call attention to it in his own little way.
Yeah.
I didn't
and
notice it
yet
when I watched.
no one I've ever.
Hey, Mr. Rogers was a U.S. Navy SEAL.
False.
False.
I mean, bullshit. Sorry.
That is bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
That is
don't think
bullshit.
that's true. I think
The
we had a-
rumor is he always wore a
The
sweater
cardigans to
Yeah.
cover the
to
tats.
cover up
Yeah.
his Navy SEAL tattoos.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Okay. Velociraptors from Jurassic Park received some of their iconic noises from turtles humping.
That sounds true.
Anyone else?
You mean that noise that right before they attack?
You pick the noise. It could be the
Oh my God,
noise or the
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Oh,
true.
It's true.
That little
that
bark.
too. Yes, the bark.
It's true.
True. Sure.
It is true.
All right.
In addition to turtles in ecstasy, they also got their sounds from a horse breathing and goose hisses.
Well, I love goose.
Oh.
I love a goose.
Who
I
knew?
love horses.
I love horse. We don't
I
deserve
love
horses.
a goose riding a horse. I love a horse riding a goose.
Todd, it is hot. You're right.
That's hot. E.T. and Poltergeist started from the same script.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, they both
They're
have,
so different.
but there's like a suburbanite family. The kids. It's
There's
Spielberg.
the Spielberg connection. Do
I'm
all
gonna
of his
say-
movies start out the same? Like
Right.
it's always been like
I mean, because
Jaws of the Third Kind terrestrial.
you know what? That's something we
Polter.
have not asked Michael Grace.
That's true.
I'm gonna say true. That's pretty wild.
Maybe, yeah. Why not? Why
Sure.
not?
Why not?
That is true.
Yeah, and then Michael fixed it.
That's right, and Michael fixed
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
it started from a script about aliens who invaded a suburban family. Steven decided he wanted to make it more family friendly, so he begat E.T.
Right.
But he also wanted to keep
God,
the others. He got idea from Poltergeist being the suburban family as well.
yeah,
So
because that's just like his MO.
Right.
that is his
And
MO.
remember when we had Michael Grace on here, he said he came in
Yeah,
and Spielberg told him about two things.
yeah.
Right? Was that what it was? He wanted him
He
to
did.
do
but he also wanted to do a 1942.
Right.
thing,
1942. That's what he
right?
wanted.
Or not
him to do.
1942. The
Or always.
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 Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Which takes place in.
We love you, Michael.
We love you, Michael. Come back from Montana someday.
Yeah.
Toy Story's Woody was originally a ventriloquist dummy.
Well, I think that's true.
I don't think that's true. I'm gonna say bullshit.
Yeah.
But
why
you know,
why
what
would
if he's
why
in-
would the kid want a ventriloquist?
Well, because he'd
dummy
be old
over-
and from the 50s, like how Woody is, though. Woody's Roundup.
Well, I mean, I could see that, Woody maybe being originally based on like
Like a Charlie
Yeah,
McCarthy.
exactly.
Yes.
or who's the redheaded one? I can't think of.
Howdy doody.
Howdy Doody, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say yes. I think he was
Howdy
designed
Doody.
after Howdy Doody. I'm gonna say yes.
We're saying yes.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
He was originally written as like a sarcastic bully, trying
Take off
to
your white wig and stop
I know.
judging us.
rally the other toys.
Color me surprised.
Okay. Elvis Presley was a natural blonde.
True.
Yeah.
True, that's
True.
true, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cher had 2 ribs removed to make her waist seem slimmer.
That is
I
okay.
don't know any doctor that
I've
would
never
do
heard
that.
attached to Cher.
Now here's the thing. I believe Cher did have something done to her rib cage, but I don't know if this is going to come down to semantics, but I don't think she had him removed, but I think she had him shaved.
Okay.
I feel like
It
everyone,
just seems so
everyone who's,
unethical
like,
as a doctor to do that.
Well, because I always heard that rumor about Marilyn Manson.
Well, yeah, that
right.
well,
Well, and before that,
For different
other
reasons.
people's in the
Yeah.
80s for that same rumor
Same
that
yeah.
you're trying to spread right now.
Yeah.
so I think remove the
Ouch.
ribs.
Yeah, see, Todd heard that rumor about Lady Gaga. I think
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, I
like a
think
yeah,
it's
classic-
an-
that's an
yeah.
urban legend that kind
Yeah.
of goes around. So false
False.
or
or
bullshit. Sorry.
bullshit. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
She did not. She had 3. O.J. Simpson was considered for the lead role in The Terminator.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I've heard
true.
that,
That is
yeah.
true.
Very true.
Jeez, you guys are on it.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
We know some
That's
pop
fun
culture
trivia,
stuff.
actually.
You do.
Yeah.
Right.
Psycho was the first movie to show a toilet flushing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
True.
That is also true.
Yeah.
It had been originally been considered illicit, and you can't
Which is
show such filth.
hilarious. Hilarious.
Cannot show a flushing toilet.
God, what happened?
Okay.
These people were insane.
Michael Jackson purchased Joseph Merrick's The Elephant Man bones from the Royal London's Medical Hospital in the 80s.
Yes.
All of them elephant bones.
Yeah. Weren't we just talking the other day about where they were?
I don't remember.
There, yeah, he did.
It's actually not. It's bullshit.
What?
He actually tried, but they didn't give it
Oh,
to him.
tried.
He tried, but they said no.
They said you can't buy this.
It's
can't-
all
you
Michael
can't.
Honey. No.
If I
They
had
said,
$1 million,
kick rocks. Kick rocks. We're not giving you his bones.
They said no. That's unethical. We can't give you the bones. Halle Berry has 12 toes.
12?
The beautiful Halle Berry.
That seems excessive. Bullshit. It's 11.
It better not be something like that. I think she has extra toes.
have we ever seen her feet?
No.
Here,
Not-
let
not
me
for
just
free.
check Wiki feet real quick.
That's not a real thing, is it?
Like,
Apparently it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet summer child.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You sheltered.
Good
That
lord.
is why you've heard us say there are
No
no
Not for free feet.
No
Okay.
free feet.
I'll give up my free for free.
I'm gonna say bullshit.
Yeah.
Although
it's
if
true?
this is
No, I-
semantic
no, I
bullshit,
think
would
it's
be
bullshit.
Yeah, I'd be
more
mad if it's semantics. Yeah.
Semantics. It is bullshit.
Yeah.
Halle has perfectly average feet with 10 toes.
I don't know.
And
I
12
think I
fingers.
think I think I want to
10
look.
and a half
We
toes.
want to look for the surgery scars on that one. I think she's.
Now,
got
as
it.
far as nipples go, just kidding. Christopher Walken worked as a lion tamer in a circus before pursuing his acting career.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
that's
can totally
true.
see it too.
That's true. Because they would let
at
fucking
these
anybody
lions.
work with animals and stuff. Well, it was with these lions. I can't say it. Bloody
I think they're
lions.
saying true.
This watch.
I like it when they purr. Is it
This
true?
watch. That is true.
Oh
my God.
Look at
True,
you
true,
two.
true.
Nah. Yeah.
Okay, finally, last question. Is this bullshit or not? Arnold Schwarzenegger's family was so poor.
How poor were they?
They were so poor. He was almost sold to a wealthy British couple when he was a baby.
That's so fucked up.
I'm gonna say true. Wow.
That would be illegal, and we know the world doesn't
This
do
was-
anything illegal
That would have been
ever
like the 50s.
at any time.
I mean, is he from
Austria.
Belgium or Austria?
Austria.
He's from Austria.
I'm gonna say bullshit.
Who's
I'm
the
gonna say
muscles from
bullshit.
Brussels? Who's that?
That's
Van Damme.
Van Damme.
Yes, Jean-Claude. I don't know, man. I feel like that would.
Yeah, I know. I've heard him talk about his dad and how misled he was by following like the Nazi party. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false.
I don't know.
Bullshit.
No, I'm not.
I'm torn too, Caleb.
I know. It could go either way.
50-50.
Let's say true.
Let's say it's true.
It's bullshit.
Ah!
Yes.
It was
I
a
made
French-
that shit up.
It was a French
Son of a
couple.
bitch.
But thank you for saying
know.
true.
I also say a
Are
lot
they
of these
bullshit
people just start
or
making
not?
things up the more interviews they do.
That's true too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like.
I was a lion.
Well, that's all I got for this episode of Bullshit or Not.
That was very good. I like that. I like that game. We should reuse that game
Okay.
because it was fun
I'm glad it was
That
fun.
was fun.
and
So
challenging for the mind.
my mind is so
The
stimulated right
senses.
now.
Yeah.
So Sandra,
Yes.
what have you chosen for us for our next episode?
Well, sometimes in the past we have a hard time picking these episodes because at the beginning of February, this one's birthday, end of February, this one's birthday, and it's also Black History Month, and it's also Women in Horror Month. So I am picking a recent title, but it was a movie that was criminally underwatched. One of my favorites from 2019 called Sweetheart.
I
Sweetheart.
remember you talking about this.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll see if pre-pandemic me was right and that favorite of the year holds up. And it is available for streaming, at least on Google. Apple, YouTube, or not, like the things you pay for, Amazon. Yeah. It's at least for free there. Hopefully it's for free someplace else too.
Unlike our last film, you mean?
Yeah, which is like there's only one copy in the known universe.
And I own both of them,
That's right.
even though there's only one.
Yeah, we might have to
Sweetheart.
Pay, we might have to pay for this one, guys. I'm not saying.
Fun fact, also the name of my corn snake.
That's right. That is.
I think that's probably why I remember it.
Yes.
But what's the country of origin?
I think it's American.
Okay. Cool.
America.
America.
Probably wrong. It's
yeah.
probably like British, and everybody's like, that was one of like our fine British, films. And I'm like, I'm sorry, okay? I thought it was America.
Yeah, won like a BAFTA, and you're claiming it as your own.
A
And
Juno Award.
they're gonna
That's
get all
not
mad
for
now.
music. I don't know. Watch the movie.
Sweetheart. All right. Well, we hope you guys had a fun time as we reminisced about Amazon and women and those women who are on moons and everything in between.
Yeah. I had fun.
Thank you guys for spending time with me.
Happy
For my
birthday.
birthday. To everyone in chat, thank you as well for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Army Beef, thank you again as always.
Yep.
I'll be sure and buy myself a pack of cigs with the money.
And yes, we do have cake behind the scenes, so no worries there. Producer Scott, good job producing. Reverend Michael B, thanks for being here. If you'd like to buy some merch, please go to www.thecoldshow.com/store. Get you some. Pod
Free
People in the
shipping is
Future.
going away very soon.
So I want to get on that. Pod People in the Future, thank you so much for listening. In chat tonight, we had Miss Moody Buff Mora, Vanilla Ken, Mindy Horror Movie Addict, Zeno's Curious Goods, Mark's Vision Street, Tommy Levette, Spooky Boo, 209 Todd, Virgo Lemonade,
It's Virgo, I'm telling you.
Monsieur Ami Beef. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Bye, Ken. Bye, Mark. Oh, bye, Todd. Bye, Army.